should know that you're toxic. Take it higher. You're toxic, some sound with taste of your side paradise.
Greetings internet, it's Katie, and today on hashtag HelloKaty Friday we're going to be doing an October questions and answers video. I'm thinking of doing one of these towards the beginning of every single month so you guys can keep up to date with what is going on with me and, you know, my deep dark secrets. I totally have deep dark secrets. Not really. But anyway, on a monthly basis, I'll be accepting questions on Twitter and Tumblr, and you guys can ask me whatever you want to know, and I will sit down and answer them for you. So this video today is one of those. I have absolutely no idea which questions I'm going to answer. I have them on my handy dandy phone. BT dubs, there was a hair, okay. This phone case is from Free People along with this necklace. I know I'm going to be getting a lot of questions, and my lipstick is Revlon Black Cherry. And I'm looking a little vampy today. Do you guys see those little jack-o'-lantern lights? Those are from Target. Wow, this is like a haul video, but not. It's a haul Q&A video. That's a new one. Okay. Anyway, it's very festive in the dorm room today, so I hope you guys enjoy that. And without further ado, let's get into the questions. I'll be answering some questions via Twitter today. Irene wants to know, what is your least favorite word? The first thing that came to mind was moist. I don't know what it is, but I really hate the word moist. It reminds me of like slimy cheese or something. You know when like cheese like sits out and it sweats? Like, ugh, ugh. I know I'm gonna be editing this video and like cringing every time I say that word. So, you know, the word that must not be named, the M word, I do not like. Maya Cherry wants to know, how was your day? Well, my day is pretty good. I didn't trip on any bricks today. So, funny story, my campus actually resembles Wizard of Oz in a way because it has lots of bricks, so you know, like following the yellow brick road, but it's like the actual brick road. I don't know, there's lots of brick paths. How about that? There's lots of bricks literally everywhere, paths of bricks everywhere, and my school isn't even that old, but the bricks are always coming up and like people are stealing them. It's like a thing people do at my school. They steal bricks and like keep them in their closets or something. Probably on a daily basis, I like completely trip and eat it over these bricks. Long story short, I trip on bricks. It's a normal thing. Today, I have not tripped on a single brick, so it is a good day. Another question is, do you have a childhood phobia that you look back on and laugh? I don't know if I've ever talked about this. I'm gonna go with no. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't, who knows. I literally spent my entire life on this YouTube channel, so my mom tells me that when I was like yay high, like shorter than the camera, probably like 4 or 5 years old, probably maybe 6. I'm gonna go with 6 years old. I had a phobia of the color orange. Like, I could not stand the color orange. If anything was orange, I wouldn't eat it, I wouldn't touch it, I wouldn't buy it. Like, nothing orange could be like in my range of vision, or else I would throw a temper tantrum, which is really bizarre. I'm sure there's a really long word that describes that sort of phobia. Other than that, there's no other weird childhood phobias. I don't know. I had a really weird bang haircut. Does that count? Heather wants to know, how do I balance hours upon hours of homework and a social life and sleep without crying? SOS. That tweet just gave me anxiety. Okay, I would definitely say that I'm a go-getter in the sense that I'm like always busy, signing up for like 20 different clubs, like always doing something, involved with something. Every moment of the day when I'm not filming videos, I'm constantly not even in this room. I feel like I'm never here because I'm always out doing stuff, which is definitely how life should be. I feel like you should be involved with a lot, but that being said, you know, there's not very much time for you to actually sit and think and hear yourself think and things like that. So, as far as advice goes for people who are just constantly busy and just cannot even like think straight, they're so busy, I recommend several things. First of all, have a planner. I actually just bought a brand new planner today. It looks like this. It's beautiful. It's by Kate Spade. You have your entire, you know, month planned out, and I have this right here because I'm going home for break very soon. It's still pretty new. Just give it a week and it'll have chocolate stains all over it. Shh. Anyway, so I definitely recommend getting a planner, first of all. Second of all, take a bunch of naps. Honestly, napping, strategic napping, is the way to succeed in life. Because, you know, if you're constantly tired, like, even if you're like getting everything done, essentially, it won't be done to your greatest, your fullest capability if you're tired. So definitely nap as much as possible. I found that like 27-minute naps are the best naps. Like, that is the timing that like you get enough sleep but you're not drifting into deep sleep. There's like a whole science about it. You guys can read books on it or something if you really want to find out the exact science of like REM sleep and sleep cycles and all that stuff. But friends of mine who have read those books have told me that 27-minute naps are, you know, fair game for being a good nap. So that's what I've been doing. Listen to your body. It is talking to you and you should listen. Hope Alexandra wants to know, what book are you currently reading? I just picked this up the other day from Target. It's called If I Stay. The movie actually just came out and I refuse to watch it until I read the book because I heard it's just so good. Finally cracking down and reading it, even though I have zero time. I'm gonna find time because it's just such a darn good book. So definitely check it out, If I Stay. That's my current read of the moment. Next question. Okay, Lizzie wants to know how to kiss. Seeing as though there are no devastatingly attractive boys here to demonstrate on, I'm just going to tell you how to kiss a boy or girl, depending on your everything. I can count the number of boys I've kissed on one hand, and I think that's probably good. Kissing is a lot like eating ice cream. But just not as much tongue action, if you know what I mean. I would definitely practice on the back of your hand. I can say I did that before I had any action in life, and it was very helpful because your hand does resemble a lip set, kind of. Not really, at all. When you're kissing, here are some things to remember. First of all, the boy is not a peach. You're not trying to, like, you know, devour it. It's almost like talking, but like not using your teeth. Slow, rhythmic talking, but you don't want to, like, first of all, bite the person. I mean, unless you're like into that kinky stuff. I definitely recommend keeping the teeth out of the way. Just be really slow, really rhythmic. Pay attention to your significant other's movements of their lips and kind of mirror that. Please, 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 for the life of you, do not use a ton of tongue. That is not attractive. You don't want to stick your tongue down the guy's throat. This is a really awkward conversation. I really hope that my sweet mates aren't, like, you know, peeping toms right now, because that'd be kind of weird, although I am broadcasting this on the internet, which is comforting. Hi Mom. Kissing. It's great. It's awesome. If you haven't had your first kiss yet, or if you're worried about that, please don't be, because it just happens when it's meant to, and it's honestly, like, yeah, kissing is amazing. I've talked about it in so many of my videos, like, it's great, but it's great when it's, like, the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to try to get rid of your first kiss like it's some sort of, like, disease or something. I don't know, like, if I was kissing a guy and it was his first kiss, I'd feel pretty darn special. So, you know, save it for the right person, and I promise you it will be amazing, and if it isn't, then it'll be a darn good story that you could tell people. Emma wants to know, what's the biggest lesson you've learned in your first month of college? Whew, okay. There's definitely a lot of fake people here at college. And I know there's fake people everywhere you go, but right now it's kind of a tricky time because, you know, I'm a month into college and I know nothing about these people's pasts. No one knows anything about my past. You know, like, I don't know, I could be talking to a guy who cheated on his last girlfriend and I would have no idea. Like, that's the difference between high school and college, because high school, like, you know, these people, I know, like, what their haircut was in middle school, like, but here, you know, you don't know anything about anybody, and a lot of times people don't broadcast the bad stuff on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and stuff, so you have to be really careful about who you trust here at college, which is really tricky for me because I feel like I always have my heart on my sleeve and I'm a very, you know, I really just trust people. I feel like that's one of my biggest flaws, you know, as a human being, that I trust too much, and a lot of people have let me down. So I guess a big lesson I've learned so far is to just be careful about who I trust, you know, trust a few people, and, you know, make very solid friendships with a few people instead of trying to be friends with everybody all at once. That's definitely a huge lesson I've learned so far. Alright guys, so that's it for my Q&A video. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all next Friday. Bye!
You're not